All right, still 1 to 4 family contract, paragraph 7B. But let's talk about the actual notices that are used in your practice. You're going to use one of two forms. You're either going to use the TREC seller disclosure notice, which can be found on the TREC website. It's TREC number 55-0, or you're going to use the Texas Realtors seller disclosure notice. You use this if you are a member of the board, you have access to this. Now, the law states in the Texas Property Code that the seller shall give the purchaser written notice prescribed by this section. So that means they have to, unless they're one of those 11 exceptions we talked about in another video. Okay. This is the minimum, which is this disclosure. The idea is for the seller and you as the agent have to tell the seller to fully disclose and be honest on this form and disclose everything. Okay. And it's either yes, they're aware, or no, they're not aware, right? Or yes, it has the condition, no, it doesn't have the condition, or they don't know if it has the condition or not. This is the TREC form, which is the basic form. This is the minimum that's needed in the disclosure. What most of your brokers are going to want you to use is this Texas Realtor Seller Disclosure Notice. It gives more information. It also triggers the seller to be more aware of certain things and to disclose. So learn how to fill this out, explain it to the seller, and understand this. You as the agent should never fill out this form. You as the agent should not put pen to paper on this form. The seller fills this out. If the seller is unable to fill it out because they're unable to for whatever reason, then they need to get somebody to help them. It should not be you, the agent, or somebody in the office. Somebody who could help them, a son, a daughter, a family member, a neighbor, have them help them fill this out. Because the seller will be signing this as well as the buyer. These are all the notices that are on here. They do have to disclose. Now, we said there were 11 exceptions, right, from the last video. Again, these are those 11 exceptions. Something important for you to understand. Even if they're an exception, meaning they don't have to fill out a seller disclosure notice because it's a foreclosure property, okay? If they know of any material defects, or they know of what we've covered up here, or there's any adverse condition or circumstance that could affect a buyer's decision to buy, if the seller knows those things, even though they're not required to fill out a seller disclosure notice, they still have to disclose those things. It would just be done on a separate form, an addendum, something stating here's some things we know about the property. Okay, that becomes important because you as an agent, if you know there are material defects or circumstances, you know that you're obligated under the Texas Real Estate License Act to disclose that. So make sure you have that discussion with your seller, with the owner, and that even if they don't want to disclose it, you have to. Please, if you have questions about this, get with your broker, get with me, and let's discuss that on the seller disclosure notice. Okay.